It is still winter, but on Sunday the weather was fine. We decided to go on a trip to the seaside. The sun was bright and warm, but we did not go into the water. It was too cold. Instead, we walked along the shore and looked at the ships. In the evening, we returned home. Then a strong wind began to blow, and it began to rain. So we sat round a warm fire. We did not mind about the weather at all.
During the weekend, I traveled by air for the first time in my life. I generally travel by train or bus. It is both cheaper and safer, but this was a short journey. At the beginning, I did not feel very happy. This feeling didn't last long. The trip was very exciting. I was soon high up in the sky among the clouds. The view of mountains, fields, and rivers was interesting and unusual. I enjoyed my short and comfortable journey very much.
It rained heavily last winter, and the little stream near our house became a big river. It burst its banks, and the fields all around were full of water. Luckily, the water did not reach any of the houses in our village, but the river carried away our beautiful wooden bridge. The bridge was more than 100 years old, and we were sorry to lose it. We are building a new one now. It will never be the same. Mrs. Sarah often spends too much money on clothes. She does not need new clothes, but she loves buying them. Yesterday, she saw a beautiful coat in a shop window. She went in and put it on. It was just the right size, but it was very dear. Mrs. Sarah did not have enough money, but she took the coat home and showed it to her husband. He liked it very much, but he did not like the price. It was too expensive. His wife gave him a bill for 2,000 SR. It was very dark. Two men were advancing slowly across the plain. Snow was lying on the ground, and a cold wind was blowing. They noticed a light behind some trees and soon arrived at a house. A poor old man immediately invited them into a clean room. He seemed a strange fellow, but he spoke kindly and offered them milk and fresh fruit. The men remained there until morning. Then the man led them to the nearest village, but he would not accept any money for his help. After the war, our church was in a very bad condition, so we decided to build a modern one at the top of a hill just outside the town. We used many different kinds of materials. We built the walls of stone and glass, the heavy doors of wood and metal. From the top of the church, there is a wonderful view. You can see the entire town and countryside for miles around. People from all parts of the country visit the church every day. It is such an interesting building. Nobody likes staying at home on a public holiday, especially if the weather is fine. Last August, we decided to spend the day in the country. The only difficulty was that millions of other people had exactly the same idea. We moved out of the city slowly behind a long line of cars. But at last we came to a quiet country road and after some time stopped at a lonely farm. We had brought plenty of food with us and we got it out of the car. Now everything was ready, so we sat down near a path at the foot of a hill. It was very peaceful in the cool grass until we heard bells ringing at the top of the hill. What we saw made us pick up our things and run back to the car as quickly as possible. There was about 200 sheep coming towards us down the path. A guide warned us that we would have to climb 937 steps to reach the top of the ancient tower. At first, we started counting the steps ourselves, but we soon lost patience. We occasionally passed small windows cut into the wall. As these gave a little light, we felt as if we were going round and round a dark tunnel. It was good to get out into the fresh air at last. From the top, there was an excellent view of the grounds of the castle and of the surrounding countryside. In the distance, we could just see the remains of an ancient wall. Beyond this, we saw a park in which deer were wandering freely. Immediately below us, there was a big ditch with a bridge across it. The bridge was full of people, not enemy soldiers, but peaceful tourists like ourselves, who had come to visit the castle and its famous tower. After returning to the surface, the diver told the captain that he had at last found a metal safe in the sunken ship, but he said that it would be impossible to cut it open under the water. The captain decided that the best thing to do would be to blow the safe up. The diver went down again with a number of explosives, which he fitted to the doors of the safe, and then he came up immediately. After a few minutes, the explosives were set off electrically, sending up a shower of water. When the water settled again, the diver descended for a third time to examine the contents of the safe. The explosion had torn away the door. In the lamplight, he caught sight of shining metal. Closer examination showed that there were neat piles of gold bars inside the safe. Very excited now, the diver took one of the bars and returned once more to the waiting ship above. The train I was traveling on was already half an hour late. I had arranged to arrive in Vienna at 7:15, in time to catch the 7:25 train to Paris, but there was no hope of that now. I explained the situation to the ticket collector, who advised me to get off 2 stops before Vienna's central station and take a taxi. When the time came, he even helped me with my luggage. He wished me good luck as I jumped off, and a few minutes later I was racing towards the center of the city in a taxi. It was almost 7:25 when we stopped outside the station. I paid the driver quickly, seized my bags, and hurried inside. "Paris train?" was all I had time to say to the first official I saw. Imagine my disappointment when he pointed to a train that was just moving out of the station at great speed.